Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer. All right. Moon is in Aquarius. The sun is in Gemini. The moon is actually just crossed over the 0-degree conjunction that we had in Pluto. So relative to that, we have just crossed over another awakening when it comes to this Pluto cycle. I think Aries season was the first series of moon on Pluto. So this is our third go around. And then after this moon Pluto conjunction, Pluto will go back 29 degrees into Capricorn. I don't know if you've been... I saw an Instagram post from the Leo King. So if you haven't tuned into him, or if you're on Instagram, I'd check it out, because he had posted this, he had pulled up on Solar Fire, I think, the last time that we had Pluto Aqua with Venus and Mars in Leo or something like that. And yeah, I don't know exactly what he was cooking up, but that's one thing I'll give him props for. He's really good at bringing previous dates and correlating how previously ago those dates were relevant. And he's usually on it, man. He's predicted stuff that's happened 2018, 2019, 2020, pretty early on. So I'm only mentioning that because I think it's worth checking out. He mentioned something about we're not ready for this astrology since 2,000 years. I'm heavily paraphrasing. And I would also, shout out to the other astrologers and prophets and people out there correlating with these dates, you know what I mean? And bringing it back to full circle. Because this is super historical, B. But yeah, I'd check that out. Personally, we haven't had Pluto and Aqua since the 1700s. And maybe before that, possibly the 1400s, 1300s, give or take. So this go around at 0 degrees is historical for many reasons. If you think about the white noise of collective issues that are occurring, I like how when Saturn at 0 degrees entered Aquarius 2020, with Mars, we experienced social distancing. We experienced censorship, right? Fact checking for the first time on social media platforms as soon as it went 0 degrees. You know what I mean? As soon as Pluto has entered 0 degrees, we've had AI cover artists and have some of these people get sued. We've had AI kind of have interesting accidents in simulation. Oh my God. So with that being said, you just want to follow the trend here. If this is happening at 0 degrees, we are barely just getting started. So this retrograde back is definitely going to be pretty important. 2023, 2024, next year is the last retrograde back in the Cap. Before 2025, we move forward. So anyway, that preface outside, because I wanted to let you know the white noise that's happening in the background. Pluto in Aquarius, Saturn in Pisces, slowly catching up to Neptune, Jupiter that's gonna slowly catch up to Uranus. The stage is set, if there was ever a stage. And now that Taurus has produced that stage, you're gonna perform on that stage in Leo season. Sneak peek. So that being said, y'all, Venus and Mars are warming up the stage before the sun, right? The main character, before the sun graces the stage, we got a few opening acts. You know what I'm saying? We got Mars, we got Venus, But you know, before Mercury, which is the host, you ever see an MC? All right, guys, coming to the stage. You know that's Mercury, right? All right, host's not even there yet. So like Venus and Mercury are preparing the stage. Mars is like the construction crew. Venus is like putting all the glitter and the shit on stage for the sun's triumphant return. All right, Lionsgate is an event that happens every year. You know what I'm saying? We got the right promoters this year, so looking forward to it. But I just wanted to kind of let you know, Venus and Leo in advance during this Gemini season are charging your message. Your attitude is putting you into this heartfelt space that enables you to say everything you want to say with your chest. But the most significant thing here, especially with this moon and Aqua transit, is the T-square, okay? And only those of you with Scorpio energy. See, I don't have Scorpio energy. I don't be outside like that. That's why I'm doing this outside. I'm not social. I'm not Leo. I'm not Libra. All right, I'm progressing through homebody Cancer. So like, if I go out, whatever. But, you know, for those people who have Scorpio Infinity Club, I know you've seen that Infinity. For those of you who have Scorpio in your chart, those are the only ones, whether it's Mars and Scorpio, Venus, Moon, Sun, Rising, y'all are the only ones really who are connecting the dots socially with the wisdom that you're holding space for. That T-square with Jupiter and a North Node is iconic. It's going to go into Aries, North Node, next level. We're going to enter the next level and literally enter a time skip of some sorts. The time skip is going to facilitate the rest of Saturn Pisces. That North Node Aries is going to push us forward. We're going to do a video on that soon. But yeah, that Uranus and Jupiter and North Node Taurus is very, very important. And even though it represents seeds that are long since budding, the strengthened quality of your own values that you stand on are a huge indicator of how boldly you're going to express a lot of what you're expressing. So if we go back 2 weeks ago to when the moon was in Leo after this Gemini season started, and you were expressing with your chest the courage of the truth and activation of understanding the golden attitude, direction, and the strength of what you're saying, the moon in Aqua is the completion of this transit, okay? This is the final part of the harvest where you are understanding the advanced knowledge of what you're communicating. So what I like about this is, like, normally I like to do the other way around. Aquarius is the book, and then after you memorize the book in Aquarius, you perform it on stage in Leo. But in this case, this was like you practicing something on stage, right? And now you've memorized it to where you know the words. That's Aquarius, okay? And the reason why it's important, if Leo is the performer on stage, then Aquarius could be like the movie star on the big screen, even though you could say that's both for Leo and Aquarius. Aquarius would be more the narrator, but the reason why I want to illustrate this through the moon in Scorpio that transformed your behavioral approach towards how you communicate is because, one, the moon in Aquarius is ascending this advanced, higher, if anything, alien knowledge for you to actually know what you have activated and harvested. This, I think, is going to be one of the best transits that we're having because you're going to come into a high knowledgeable understanding of what, you know, you've been activating. Best margaritas, baby. Best margaritas. And also what you're communicating, what it is. You didn't know what to say. I mean, I just respect everything Aqua because it's legit. It's supernatural. You're understanding the supernatural truth of your experience. It's a really great period to shift and alter your mind so that you can come into different reflections within reason, of course. And of course, this square to Jupiter in opposition to Mars is still harnessing this courageous element of expression that's strengthened by these values in Taurus, but now you have more understanding of the knowledge of how to align and adjust such. So final part of this harvest, before you're going to gain this knowledge, And this knowledge is going to enable you to change your behavior when the moon is in Pisces. And you're going to understand the completion of this transit, where moon in Pisces is you literally experiencing the results of everything you harvested. So this is important because there's more synchronicity in the causality between what you're thinking and what you're producing in your experience. And you're coming into the higher advanced cosmic knowledge of what to think and what you have appropriately harvested. This is another fancy way of saying that you are knowing what your magical abilities are relative to the seeds you planted before and integrated. Beautiful. This is where if we return back to how we started that white noise with Pluto and Aquarius, is unlocking this awakening of a deeper layer of your role individually compared to the collective. And I don't even want to say collective consciousness. Aquarius does represent humanity, but this gives us a sociological understanding of how your ideology and thought process post-transformation in Capricorn comes into the light of knowledge and really helps you understand your place in the collective and why, as an individual, you matter. Unless you energy. No, never mind. But other than that, that's all I gotta say for now. Once again, every time moon goes over Pluto, we are unlocking a different level of nuance, a deeper layer. And this is the last individual sign as part of the spring season. Because once we go into Cancer season, moon's going to be in Pluto, in Capricorn. We're revisiting the final boss battle that sparked earlier. And I think a large part of how this kind of progresses realistically is personally going to challenge you to really take much more aligned approaches with who you are ascending into and becoming as well, relative to what in your environment is influencing and inspiring you to rise up to that too. You can also look forward to a higher advanced development of your vocabulary and the way you now induce literal magical languaging into your programming sequence of your processing brain so that you can produce higher level supernatural experiences that reveal the mundane to have been an accomplice of the supernatural the whole time. Especially for those of you who are deeply aware that everything has a soul, even if it's non-sentient. And now that gives you the ability to communicate with it or be receptive to how it communicates with you, because it doesn't speak English, but it still communicates. So with that being said, let the moon in Aquarius help you understand this cosmic harvest of this ascended truth, this extraordinary cosmic truth. And before you experience its divine completion in Pisces, I hope the knowledge that you understand, download, and install into your brain serves you well, especially by the time the moon starts to square Uranus and Mercury. That can produce, sudden clarity, sudden lapses of realization that just ground and bring into a more realistic understanding what you're working with and the knowledge of such. Y'all stay blessed as always, and until next time.